And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium here in Alexandria, Louisiana, where it is time for District 2 5A action between the visiting Ouachita Lions and your Trojans of Alexandria. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano, Brett Stallsby pushing the buttons, and the best-dressed cameraman in the business, Roger Walker, is manning the camera tonight. So welcome back, Roger. Roger does it for the home games and doesn't travel well with us, but we're going to work on that in a couple of years when he retires. Again, I am Doug Gann, excited to bring you Game 2 of the District 2 5A season here back home, 1 week of 3 in a row that we will not leave Rapides Parish. And somebody that's excited about that is my broadcast partner this year, Nick Magnano. Nick, what do you think about 3 weeks inside the parish?
Hey, sounds good to me, Doug. Good to be here. Got a great night this evening, 85 degrees. Feels like 88, so we got a little humidity out here, but west-southwest wind, 4 miles an hour, shouldn't affect this game at all, and just great to be back home.
Indeed it is. You know, we had a rough one last week, and not to get into the keys of the game, but we'll certainly be glad to be back home and shake the rust off of that game from last week at Ruston.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it was a it was a great high school football game to watch. I mean, you're correct. I didn't like the result at the end, and Coach Bachman and the coaching staff and players didn't either. But man, what a fan! Well, the last 24 minutes, that was a lot of fun to watch, and great atmosphere, great crowd, and really had a good trip. And glad, but still, once again, glad to be back here.
But it was great to be back home and get back to the La Bistro cooking that is in the press box as well. And I think they got put on. It kind of called them out a little bit because we had chocolate chip cookies tonight, and wonderful as always, jambalaya, homemade meat pies. What a great time it was.
Yeah, and hydration up here. They bring waters for us. I mean, just a whole 9 yards. Once again, please, local company. They're, La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar. They do more than just coffee and waffles. They do they have a full menu, but 7 to 2 o'clock Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday as well.
Yeah, it's great, and great folks, too. So, as always, this team has been surrounded by people that really believe in them, the community, and what we're doing to bring you Ash Trojan football, in addition to the other 4 teams that we cover under the 446 Sports umbrella. But that's enough about all of that. It is Ouachita Lion Week on there, and talk to my buddy Mike. We talked about this on the show last night. Mike Downhour does the radio coverage for them, and he went back and watched the show to see if he could pick up any tidbits on there because he talked about the jersey reference on there, and he texted me today and said, look, don't worry, I'm not bringing a jersey up there. So,
well, I think, to be honest with you, he probably would have had to double up here because I think he's probably a little concerned. Of course, that's broadcaster talk, but really excited about this matchup this year.
There's been a lot of that broadcaster talk going on in the press box today. Tell me in broadcaster terms what you see on the film from Ouachita this week.
I mean, copy and paste what we saw from Ruston, except for
no. Now don't get ahead of yourself there, buddy.
Not quite as big, not quite as big across the board. Maybe not quite as athletic. Nothing, not to insult them, but they don't have Brantley. They don't have the
right.
quarterback there, and but I tell you, it's going to be a tough match. But they run similar offense, similar defense, and just Northeast, Louisiana high school football.
So, Ty Feaster was our player of the week last week, our Quibido's player of the week. We'll look for naming him again. We'll name him Sunday on our Coach Speak show there at 5 o'clock at got some friends that I'm waving to, and bless their hearts, they saw the picture that I sent them, and they can't figure out where on earth they were at. So
that's
anyway,
awesome.
what do you do? But great to see them out here this evening. But we talked about the level of talent, not the same that we'll see last week. But this is a Ouachita Lion that has beat the Trojans the last couple of years, and they're going to come out banging around every ounce of the way.
Oh, for sure. I mean, their defensive line is. They're big men. They're athletic, and I they're a 5A football team, so they're definitely going to be competitive. They want to win. They're coming off a pretty rough game last week. From 2 weeks ago, where Ouachita Christian, a Division IV school beat them, but last week they took it out on West Ouachita, so they're 1-0 in the district. and
see,
they want to build momentum.
Nothing surprises me about that because OCS is a very talented Division IV team, and they're going to battle for a state title. And I don't care what division you're in. If you're going to play for a state title, that means you got a pretty good ball club and you dress out some good athletes. And West Ouachita, as West Ouachita does, they play a lot of games early in the season. They get criticized for the early games that they play, puts them up at the top of the power rankings, and quite naturally they could go 6-4 on the season or 5-5. So that beat down at the hands of the Ouachita Lions didn't shock me much.
Yeah, and I mean, although Ouachita's 2-4, they lost to Rummel, who's number 14 in the Select Division I. They lost to Neville, who's number 3 in non-Select Division I. Conroe, Arkansas, beat them, which Conroe's now 6-0. I don't know where they're rated. They lost to Brother Martin, who's number 4 in Select Division I.
So don't let the records fool
Right.
you, my friend. That's what you're going to get, and that's why I tell you got to be careful of it. I still think, and I predicted this on the show the other night, 35-20 would be the ball game, that it would clear that spread that somehow Lamar found. I don't know where Lamar went off to. Lamar Primetime Gafford was up in the house, and so he was visiting with us. Great coverage that he is doing with his son-in-law preps and everything that they have. Just a lot of great coverage of these teams. Couldn't be done. We couldn't do it without folks like Quibitos, without walk-ons where we have our show. Yes, there's a theme. Restaurants seem to be what it is. But we have, we told you Ty Feaster was the player of the week last week. That Southern Air cool play of the game was Jalen Johnson going David Tyreek over the head and taking it 60-plus yards to the house on that one.
Yeah, and that was one that Ty just makes a play happen. I mean, he rolls out, and he's rolling out against his strong arm. He's rolling out to his left, and he just heaves it, and Jalen makes a play. I mean, they're both there, and he just wants it more. He makes a play. He ends up with a 68-yard touchdown. Feaster was 15-29, had 4 touchdowns. He did have the 3 picks, but talk about the first pick, Doug. I mean, how did the first pick happen?
So it starts there, and it goes right off. This is after the onside kick, and Ruston goes down and scores. The pass is right there on the money, and if EJ holds on to it, EJ's gone to the house, and we're 7-7, and it's a track meet from day one. Bounces off his shoulder pads, goes up. His counterpart, number 4, grabs it, goes the other way. Ruston goes down and scores 14-0 on a game that could have been 7-7, and you'd have heard the great the great announcers of all time give you a whoa Nelly.
That's right.
On that one.
That's right.
It's exciting. We're looking for who's going to be our cool play of the week, brought to you by Southern Air, the Southern Air cool play of the week. Who's going to be our Quibitos player of the week? But we've got our Velar and Green starting lineups to come up. We've got the all-new Week 7 Why Not Stop keys to the game that especially formulated out of the mind of Nick Magnano with a little bit of massaging there by me. And we'll do all of that. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll take our first break of the pregame show. It is the countdown to coin toss. You're listening and watching Ash Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
For a lifetime of the best.
And we are back to J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. And, you know, the buildup and the intensity to this is there. I almost feel like I'm cheating our listeners if we don't go into the Why Not Stop keys to the game already. Brett, do you have those queued up for me, my friend? So these are the keys to the game. Look at that. Ash and Ouachita. So I went and I fixed that. So it had, are you now? This is like Karnak, isn't it? They're hermetically sealed on this board, so you don't know.
That's
so
right.
What we're going to do now is
I'm ready for you to turn. Can you turn?
I got to get you ready for that.
Can you turn the hourglass over, the minute hourglass? So I
got a minute to win it.
That's right.
All right. Key to the game, #1 for the Trojans.
I sleep tonight.
See, yeah, you now that's in your head. I try to go movie and I try to go musical, but already you're singing that, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I got you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah,
in the jungle. That's right. The mighty jungle.
And then the first song tonight was "Welcome to the Jungle." So hey, that fits well.
There you have it. You're finally seeing my logic and how
I'm starting to get it. 7th week, and I'm starting to get it.
There you go. Tell us how that applies to your key one, please.
Well, I mean, the offense, the passing game tonight. The passing game is going to have to open up the run game. This line's defense, their defensive line is stout. They plug the gaps, they plug the run. So if we can get the passing game going, open it up, that'll open up JT, and that'll open up, the running game there, and maybe, even with Townsend, maybe some throwback stuff.
Ash never throws to the tight end. I've been telling y'all that. So they've got to make sure that the Lions' defense sleeps tonight.
That's right.
I see what you did there. Let's go to Brett, to #2, Brett.
Oh, man.
You told me. I mean, that's what did you tell me?
Oh gosh, copy and paste.
Okay, so what is Control-C and Control-V on the left?
That's it. So,
you're welcome.
I mean,
how does that apply?
Ash's defense, really, game plan from last week, copy and paste. What you did last week, because, I mean, the one thing that's different this week, and, no offense here, but they have a backup quarterback that's playing. They don't have Brantley from Ruston. They don't have Cam Newton Jr.
They don't have Babineau. They don't have Altman. They don't have any of those guys.
And that guy, I mean, we saw the end of the half, he carried 6 Trojans from the 7-yard line into the student section without his helmet and never touched the ground. So they don't have him.
That's about right.
So if they can just contain them, same game plan as last week, and make the passing game beat them, Trojans win this game.
Control-C copies and Control-V.
I got you, brother.
Okay.
I got you.
All right, so we're 2 for 2 on these. Let's roll out #3. So how is 3 going to relate?
Is that a Finding Nemo? Is that what I'm looking at here? What am I looking at? Talk to me.
So if you read that, it says...
Who are you again? Right. I got you.
He lost his memory. The fish doesn't remember anything.
That's right.
So what are you telling me?
That's the key. We cannot let Ruston beat us twice.
What do you mean?
We cannot let the game from Ruston, from last week, hang over until this week, okay, and have them beat us.
Got to have a short memory.
Yes, correct.
Got to forget that.
That's correct.
Similar to what you see on your screen right there.
Because if we're thinking about Ruston, Ouachita's going to beat us.
There you have it. I like the way you do. I like it. Yes, it's turned into a little bit of Pictionary.
It is. I like that.
Before the night is out. That's your Why Not Stop keys to the game. We'll check in on those at halftime and see how all of that went. Thank you, Nick, for that. Going to take an opportunity now to get into our starting lineups. They're brought to you by our friends at Velar and Green. Velar and Green, longtime supporters of Alexandria football, and we're going to look at the defense first out here. Same defense that we saw last week, so glad to have those guys back out here along that defensive line. Aiden Walker, the senior, is there, number 10. Jeremiah Jeffers, right, who anchors the middle of that defensive unit. Just the toughest of ball players you'll find in this area without any doubt. Elijah Nelson, number 5, across that defensive line with him. And then going out to your cornerbacks, Jay Frazier, who has been all over the place this year.
Yeah, I look for him to have a big game tonight. He bounced back. I think last week he was a little disappointed in some of his play.
Joining him at the other corner is My Mingo. His exclusively went to defense. We saw him a little bit on offense last week, but has really stepped up at that other corner spot for the Trojans. Goes against their number 1 receiver every time he's out there.
Leadership, never stopped leading this group last week.
Speaking of leaders, there's a leading tackler for the Trojans. That's Jason Blackwell, number 22, the senior.
The missile.
Jaden Lewis joins him, the junior transfer from Menard, number 16. Xavier White is out there. Xavier was on the show last night, the sophomore. Looks like a sophomore when you're up next to him. Just a young-looking guy, and that's what they talk about. It's as simple as the X's and O's in a game. Xavier White, Amarion Ford, X and O. There you go. Don't think tic-tac-toe might not be on your board next week.
That's right.
Joining them back on that defensive line, Jordan Mason does that, and that wraps up the D. And I think we had one more, didn't we? Yeah, Jalen Kirk. And you're very high on Jalen Kirk.
Yeah, what a fun kid to be around. He's happy. I mean, he's always there. He's full of energy, and he's really fun to watch.
Courtesy of Velar and Green, you now know what happens when the Trojans are on defense. We'll mess around now, hop over to the offensive side of the board, and what happens when the Trojans have the football. And I expect them to have it often tonight. They're led by senior quarterback number 7, Ty Feaster, and all he's done is get progressively better each and every week. Look for a big night from Ty Feaster tonight. Running back for the Trojans, the junior JT Lindsey, and so goes Feaster in that passing game. It opens up the run game. Look for Lindsey to find a couple of seams, maybe have some 40, 50-yard runs tonight. I predict that JT gets over 150 yards and maybe gets close to that 200-yard mark tonight.
Very possible. Last week it was probably the hardest 57 yards he's had to work for all year.
The week prior to that wasn't a big night for him either, but he was done at halftime.
Right.
Is what happened in that one. Wide receivers out here, they are small in stature but explosive when they're out there on the field, led by senior number 4, E.J. Scott. Joining him opposite at the wideout is number 3, and that is Darius Washington. Darius was, as a punt returner, as important as anybody on the field last week.
Yeah, and that guy, that punter, I mean, we haven't seen a punter like that all year.
Not at all. He turned the ball over.
That's right. He was turning it over, and that ball was moving left and right, and he did a great job.
Moving along offensively, you'll see the third wide receiver that comes out, and he can throw the ball as well. He is a junior. That's Jimmy Duncan, number 2. He'll also spell JT some at running back on there. Right. And then the tight end, which I don't know why he blocks, because the Trojans never throw to the tight end. All he's done is catch 3 touchdown passes this year. I think it may be a record for touchdown receptions by a tight end at Alexandria. So great work by him, but blocks his tail off when he's out there. That offensive line, he joins one that will be just as solid every week that they get better. Junior number 54, Caleb Pearl. Called his name a lot last week as he was moving around, making some pretty good blocks. He's joined on that side by another junior. That's number 72, Jacoby Morris. Of course, anchoring the center position is number 70, Cam Calderon. He starts that line of seniors across the middle to the right-hand side of it. And, of course, those seniors that we talked about over there at right guard for the Trojans is Brett Bain, number 56. And made everybody happy with this one. The next man out there, that's Hunter Rivette, because we spelled his name correct on there. Hunter Rivette, number 57. So that offensive line has to do what they have to do tonight, and that'll open some things up for everybody. Defensively, it's all about the X's and O's.
That's right.
Got to do that. So Velar and Green, our starting lineup sponsor, we appreciate those guys for everything that they do. We're going to take an opportunity to join some folks who look like the Trojans have brought out their junior cheerleaders on here. Going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be ready for the countdown for the kickoff. We are moments away. We are just on the clock. It's about 8 minutes to go, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Ash Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
I'm Jason Hall with Farm Bureau Insurance. Did you know that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month? Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. Taking care of your family can be simple and something you can do today. There's no better time than now to learn how life insurance can protect your family's financial security. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
You see the Trojans getting ready to come out through their ribbon. In front of me, not on camera, but directly in front of me, the Trojan coaching staff wrapping up their pregame prayer. And I told Coach Bachman last night, there's not a team that goes from that calmness before the game, that prayer, to it's time to go to work like that Trojan coaching staff does.
Yeah, they're ready. They're excited. I tell you, he had a little comfort about him last night. I hope that's a good sign.
Well, I believe it is. He's had such a progressive season, and you see some of the specialness that's out there, and you see your Trojans come out. And listen, as Ronnie Schwartz brings the Trojans out onto the field there from the press box, we appreciate our man Ronnie Schwartz. Trojans in, looks like they've got those black unis on tonight, those black tops or those purple.
They're black.
They're black, and that makes those white letters stand out so much better than numbers. And so great work there. We are about 4 minutes away from kickoff in this one. They've got the pregame set up here. We're going to go to the coin toss, the presentation of colors on there. I'm looking across at the captains, and I see that number 1.
Oh, yeah.
So it's talking about that's a big young man. That is, get this in front of my old eyes, Trayvon Bradford, the 6'7" senior. I think Rustin averaged just about that last week.
You're right. You're exactly right.
For your Trojans out there, it's the same setup. Jalen Johnson is out there. Cam Calderon is out there. And 56 is Brett Bain that's there. We're going to leave it here and let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the anthem, the prayer, and getting ready for football.
We are about to play. Lord, give us the courage to play this game in a manner which by our words and our actions are pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. To God be the glory. In Jesus' name we all pray. Amen.
And there you have it, the national anthem. And, you know, normally we take the opportunity to step away for that. You know, it's been one of those things you take your last commercial break in. But in light of the things going on in Israel, the things in our country, I just think it's a tremendous opportunity to make sure that we hear when God's invited into somewhere and that we hear the anthem for a nation that just makes us proud. So we will make a concerted effort to stay with those from here on out. Nick, who do you have for Ouachita's captains out there?
I got 64. That's what I'm looking at. 64, who is, or 65, looks like Marcus Jacobs. And then number 6, who is CJ Spurs. And number 1 is Trevin Bradford.
Yeah, that's their big tight end,
Yeah.
6'7".
Yeah, and I think might be, is it 54 or 84 on the right? Their numbers are very hard to see. Probably 54, Gavin Waters, who's the center.
So we are here ready to do action. You see the handshaking that's going on down there. Great work by my man Roger Walker on the camera. You're right in the huddle in the coin toss, and we'll watch it with you. Good officiating crew out there tonight. Probably one of the best I've seen. Yeah. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And Doug, Ash added, Alexandria added number 89, Jacob Ray, senior wide receiver who had the touchdown 2 weeks ago to the captains.
What a special moment that was.
Yeah.
Looking over at the Ouachita, and the Ouachita has deferred, and that means that's going to put the hands in the ball in the hands of the explosive Ash Trojan offense. And so we'll see what we're going on. Ouachita has won the toss. They have elected to defer, and they will take their option in the second half. We've talked about this since about 9:30 last week when that Russian game ended. We talked about it on the drive home, and we've talked about it all weekend. All that's left is to kick this thing off. Again, you're watching 446 presentation of Ash Trojan football. Those of you that watched Menard in their big win last night to move to 2-0 in district, they have a win against Avoyles last night. So big time there. And welcome all of you that are not at the Menard game tonight, including our own Tom Boucher that is there, that is home. Going back deep to receive for the Trojans, Jimmy Duncan is there. JT Lindsay goes back with him. EJ Scott. So EJ and JT will be your two backs that are deep. I see Darius Washington out around the 25-yard line, and Bert Bates comes to the near side at the 27. See if you can pick up that kicker for us, Nick.
Yeah, kicker should be 55. Kicker is number 55.
Over and under 1.5 tonight. Onside kicks by the Trojans. What do you got?
I'm going to say under because I'm going to say we don't need it, Doug. But I will tell you
Never
this
has
much.
been the case of whether we needed it or not.
But I'm going to tell you this much. Our front our front six at the 50-yard line are a lot more athletic bunch on
You
this
think
kickoff.
they're coached up and ready to
Yes,
receive
sir.
one of those?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Well, whistle has been blown. Foot is into it, and that's that high sky kick. It's going to make its way over to Jimmy Duncan at the 25. Jimmy's got it. Jimmy's going to try to come all the way across the field. Now he shoots up the middle to the 37-yard line. And that's what happens when you have that unit. And Bachman's watched the tape, and he knows they like to hit that sky kick. That's what happens.
Tell you, once again, I'm old school, Doug. But you know what? You give me starting line of scrimmage, average of 38 all night. I'll take it.
You'd be better off kicking out of bounds somewhere.
I tell you.
If you're going to kick it up to the 30-yard line to the 25 and let Jimmy Duncan take it. All right, Feaster's got Lindsay in the backfield. Settle in for Friday night football. Guys, we are ready to go. 2 receivers to the near side. The H-back Townsend is split to the far side. Handoff is going to be JT. JT's pushing his guy through, but is going to be tackled by that big defensive line for just about a yard gain.
Yeah, we'll give him 2 there on that. Pulled the backside guard there and tried to get him through there. 2-yard gain there.
Well, you hear the sights and sounds of football going on. 2nd down and a long 8. That's going to be that inside touch pass to EJ. EJ is going to be picked up right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. But Ouachita's got a man down in the middle of the field there. Gets back up, but he may have to come off, and that's a big guy, number 90 it looks like. Is that who you see?
Yeah, that's 90, yeah. The EJ there for maybe a half yard. Let's say we'll give him 1 on that one.
Great work by this Ouachita Lion defense coming out. No sleeping on them as EJ goes in motion. Play action there. Coming back to the inside screen, and that's blown up to Darius Washington. Good job of watching film by Ouachita, and they saw that one. And it's going to be a 3-and-out. Trojans will be behind the sticks in this one. Feaster stays out there, but I don't know that the Trojans really go for it from here.
Yeah, I've also won there on that.
Feaster can pooch kick as well. Don't forget that. Ouachita drifting their safety. They had set back a return man. Now he shifts JT off to his right side. I don't know. Yeah, there's that pooch kick, and that's going to go over the head. Couldn't have really drawn it up any better than that. If that man touches it, it's going to be trouble. Banging around, the Trojans are going to have Ouachita pinned down, and you really couldn't have played that any better than they did.
No, for sure. Whenever that ball hit with the nose, hit the ground and roll with it, of course, it was good for us because the Ouachita player went to field it, but that was close for them. That was close.
Seeing those Trojans a time or two happened. 1st down and 10. Ouachita takes over at the 10:27 mark here in the first quarter of play from J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. We'll see what that Trojan defense is able to do. And let's see who they've got in there at quarterback. Did not go under center that time, and that's got the running back number 6 out in space a little bit there, and that is C.J. Spears that has it.
Yeah, gain of 8, well, gain of 7 there, Doug. That's uncommon for them. I watched 4 of their ball games, and they got under center probably 90% of the time, so just adding a little wrinkle here.
And so far it's 0% of the time in this one as they pick up 7 on that 1st down run. Man coverage to the near side. That is Jay Frazier that is covering his man up, and staying in the shotgun is Ouachita. And that'll back him up 5 with that little bit of false start. And that's that big tight end. May not have been able to hear the count way up that high. Big fella, did I tell you that?
Yeah, you and I, we don't have that problem. Yeah, that sound wave takes a little bit longer to get to him.
That's correct. That is correct indeed.
Should be number 6.
2nd down now and 8 following that 5-yard penalty. Handoff is going to go up the middle, and that was just a straight handoff from their quarterback, number 11, Jarvis Walker. Jarvis Walker, the freshman, in there at quarterback.
Yeah, you had X and O on the tackle there too. They assisted both on the tackles. Good to see the linebackers, starting off well.
Starting a freshman quarterback out there are the Lions of Ouachita, Jarvis Walker.
Yeah, their starting quarterback went down in a practice, and looks like he tore his knee up a couple weeks back.
Trojans need to get off on 3rd down. Handoff goes right up the middle, and going to get the 1st down by about half a yard. Well, now look, they're marking it the other way. Yeah, the official to the near side is saying to move the sticks, but they may end up measuring where they're at.
Yeah, that's close. I'll tell you what, Ford, he plugged the hole right there. That was a great job. He read it. He read the end coming around.
First down has been given, and so not able to get Ouachita off the field here. The Lions get out of a trap. They were inside the 10-yard line, and now rest at the 18. Just got it by about half of the football.
Yeah, of course, they see it better than me.
Because they are kind of right down there.
Yeah, but
8:45 and counting here in the first, and this is what Ouachita wants to do. Here comes quarterback rolling to the far side and bangs in and out of the hands. And goodness gracious, that was close. That was the first throw that we've seen from Walker.
Yeah, Mama Mingo read it. He actually left his man and played underneath, and he almost took that to the house.
I predict you'll see one of those out of Mingo before this season is over with.
Yeah.
Jay Frazier, the only pick six for the Trojans this season, and that came a week or so ago. Has a couple of picks in back-to-back weeks. Second down and 10 now from the 18, 8:35. Clock stopped with there. There's that inside little touch pass. Going to come around and getting to the outside all the way for another Ouachita Lions first down. Helmet comes off, hand goes forward, and now that young man complete to number 16, and a great job of receiving that was Wydell Clark.
Yeah, Aiden Walker kind of, he went inside on that one, got bucked off, and then they sealed Xavier off on it, and Frazier had to come up and make the play, and then was finished off by Lewis there.
Impressed with the poise of the freshman quarterback from Ouachita, and you knew if they had him in there. A lot of changes, a lot of chaos surrounding this Ouachita team, and all they're doing out there is going and giving 100% effort every time. Handoff goes right up the middle, but that's where the heart of that Trojan defense is, right into the teeth of the Purple People Eater.
Yeah, Jeremiah, Lewis in there too. Boy, he got in there quick. Jeremiah and Tristan, Jaden on that one, Jaden Lewis on that one.
What makes that so special is Jaden started about 9 yards back, and he was the last one up off the pile.
Yeah, he was there as well. But I'll tell you, they're going to keep pounding that inside just to set up those outside runs.
Give him 3 yards on the play, make it second down and 7 from out at the 37-yard line. 7.5 to go in the first. Long handoff is there, spun around and slung down, and that's Jaden Lewis once again with the tackle. And, Coach, you told me off the air you didn't want to see our safeties and DBs lead the team in tackles, and that's what's happening right here.
Yeah, for sure. That was a little misdirection. Not a bad play by the defensive line there, but, he did get that seal block on the edge, and Jaden had to come up and make that tackle. 3rd and 2 right here, big play here.
We'll see if the Trojans are able to get off of the field once again. Long drive having to be sustained by the Ouachita Lions, and that's right up their alley. 3rd down and about 1.5. Give it a short 2. Handoff goes to the first man through. Going to be another Lions first down. That'll get them out past the 45 to the 46. So 3 first downs on this drive, and the Trojans went 3 and out.
Yeah, that's that old 43M. You go to the strong side in a 3-hole, give it to the fullback, and, get the 2 or 3 yards there. This is their game. They would love to run this clock out in this first quarter.
Yeah, there'll be no stoppage at the 6-minute mark. We moved over into October, so that went away. First down and 10 from the 46 is where they officially mark it of Ouachita. Back to Walker, and he's going to hand it to his tailback, who's going right up the middle. Going to get to the outside. Hard to catch him, but good tackle. But not until 24 yards are picked up on that one. And gashing this defense.
Yeah, the X and O there. They both went inside and got picked off by the guards that came out. It was a great run play. And that little scat back, he's a little guy behind that line.
That is the aforementioned number 6 that you had talked about, I believe.
Yeah.
That is C.J. Spurs. Probably got about 40 yards on this drive alone, if not more than that, with that big run. 5:52 to go here in the first. Trojans bringing up that 5-man defensive front. Handoff will go right up the middle. Trojans with a stop, but not until 3 yards are picked up. And back, Nick, in your day, you'd have taken 3 yards and 3 yards.
Well, that's what we did. That's what we did, Doug. Elijah Nelson there with a shoestring tackle. That one might have went for 6, Doug. That was a good tackle there.
Second down and 7. Seems like they're getting 3 yards on first down every time. And crowd not quite into it tonight. Saw the Trojans go 3 and out. And now watching Ouachita just methodically choke the life out of the first quarter. Motion, watch for that little wheel. There's a quick pass. Complete out to the 21-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and short once again, 3rd and 2. You've got to get just inside the 20-yard line, not even to the 19 for the first.
Yeah, I say 4-down territory. Their kicker, I watched him on film. He's accurate. He's good from there, but it's a play where Jalen's out there on the island and, didn't quite get enough depth on that play.
You do know that Ouachita wants to get into the end zone here. They'd love nothing more than to run off a little more time on this drive. Ducking way down like they do. Handoff goes to the right side. Banging around, going to be met right there, and don't know. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. They gave him forward progress to the 18, actually give him a yard and a half. And that plays right into Ouachita's favor again as they get to choke another minute and a half or so off the clock.
Yeah, this is eerily similar to STM's running game. That their little scat backs just, kind of delay behind the line and then find a hole and get through it.
Without Sam Altman throwing the ball all over the place.
Exactly. Looked like Xavier White on that tackle there.
But Walker has done all that he's needed to at the quarterback position. The freshman is learning this offense, and that just tells you better be careful over the next 2 or 3 years with that young man. Right up. Jeremiah, like he was in the huddle, read that one and comes up and makes a big-time stop, but still give him a yard credit.
Yeah, but that we will call that one to wake you up. He's going to go through that hole next time with a little bit of sore ribs there.
He'll be looking for 94 in that one.
Yeah, that was a good solo tackle there. He's getting mad, and he should. He's a senior. They don't want this to happen.
Those of you watching tonight's contest on YouTube, we thank you for that. Nearing the 500,000 viewer mark for our YouTube channel in the last year, and we are so grateful of that. Walker back to pass, looking over to the end zone. Good touch on it. And that ball is knocked around and out of there. Great defensive work by Amirion Minger. Now, that's Jay Frazier.
Yeah, Jay Frazier.
That comes in and does.
Yeah.
Bobbling it. They're getting together on that, but the ball was bobbled.
Oh, no.
And they're calling it incomplete. Yeah. So we saw that, and my eyes are in bad shape.
Yeah, and Jay Frazier, perfect inside leverage there. As soon as the wide receiver turned his head, Jay turned his head to keep away from the PI and got his hands in there. And great defensive play. Here we go, 3rd and long.
First time, one thing that we've seen all year long, not first time, one thing we've seen all year long is these officials get together and they talk about it and they get the call right. There's not a lot of egos down there at all, and you're glad to see that. 3rd down and 9 for Ouachita. They scrimmage from the Trojans 17-yard line. 3.5 to go here in a rapidly moving first quarter of action. Walker back to pass. No, he's going to hand it off to the first man through, jumping around, scatting, if you will, as Nick said, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And I expect that field goal unit to come out because you don't want to come off empty on this one.
Yeah, Ford there. He wasn't going to let that one happen. And also Jordan Mason snuck through the gap there. This guy's accurate, but let's see if we can't put a little pressure on him.
Setting up from the 21 to make it a 31-yard field goal attempt, and we did see him from every hash mark getting the field goal through. 4th down and 6. Field goal attempt of 31. Snap is back. It's low, but the hold is there. Kick is up, and it is good. Ouachita with the first points on the board. It is 3-0. The Lions take it down the field, but are held to a field goal. We'll be right back right after this. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
And we are back. 3-0. Ouachita leads this one. Trojans set to receive their kickoff for the second time. JT Lindsay and E.J. Scott, it looks like, back deep to receive. There's E.J. to the near side, and there's JT to the Ouachita side of it. 3-0. Sky kick goes the other way. Coming up and getting that is Darius. He'll get it at the 20, 25, now 30 goes Washington. That's E.J. Scott. E.J. Scott banged around and knocked down at the 36. So the Trojans, good starting field position once again.
Did you see the communication between Kirtland Bates, 88, and EJ?
He
turned and said, hey, you've got it, and he saw that he had it, and then he turned and blocked. That's good coaching and good play right there.
see what the Trojans are able to do with this. You've got the aforementioned Kirkland Bates split out wide with Jalen Johnson. Good to see the speedster out there. And E.J. Scott, who returned that one, just to the near side. Lindsey in the backfield with Townsend. Townsend's going to get whistled for a 5-yard false start. Had a little bit of a flinch there before that. And, I mean, just barely. But they sure don't let you do that.
Yeah, where was this crew for the Missouri LSU game last week?
Indeed.
Sorry, I'm not talking about this crew.
You're talking about, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Got to clarify that.
So.
Trojans first down and 15 back to the 31. JT in the backfield, same setup. Snap is back, quick throw to EJ. EJ is going to twist around, puts the ball on the turf, and it looks like Ouachita is going to come out of that. And worst fears realized at the start of this one is the Trojans are not prepared to come out in this one. Went down 21-0 to Ruston last week and are down 3-0 here, and a turnover just a couple of plays in the game. What is that, 5 plays from scrimmage? 5 plays from scrimmage for the Trojans, and Ouachita had 12 on the last drive.
So that's
goodness gracious. First down and 10 from the Trojan 38-yard line, and you start in plus territory with that big offensive line and that run the ball, grind the clock mindset. And you could see the second quarter before the Trojans get it back.
Yes, sir. Just we talked about, can't let last week beat us.
Walker under center, bobbles around, hands the ball off, and there's just a big run up the middle by number 11.
That's number 6, Doug.
That's 6, okay.
Yeah.
CJ Spurs.
Yeah. You got Jalen
Those
Lewis
numbers jam up on us.
Yeah, they're tough. Jalen Lewis carried for 5 yards there, and then Jay Frazier helping him on the tackle. That's another first down. It's easy right now, Doug. It's easy right now.
Pitch and catch, they call it. Pitch and catch. First down and 10 from the Trojan 22-yard line. Handoff once again. Spurs is going to be touched in the backfield, but let go, and he's grinding his way down. And I'm telling you, where's that second half defense from a week ago?
Yeah, he just outran, Jeremiah, which is understandable, and it looks like Tristan, Aiden got, caught inside on that play, and there we go again, another first down, first and goal with 10.
First and goal from the 10, no first down yardage inside. You have to get into the end zone, so that ball sits directly on the 10. Walker going to run the option, a good pitch to the outside, coming up and whiffing on the tackle and a 5-yard gain. And not sure about it's a deceiving Ouachita team that comes and gets you.
Yeah, and I'm sure this quarterback threw him for a wrinkle as well. We didn't see him on film that I know of from what I saw. That play there, sideline judge might have been a little preoccupied looking at the ball. It looked like Mingo got pushed in the back, and the receiver even looked back at him, but it's part of the game.
We're under a minute. 2 receivers to the near side. I formation. Handoff is going to go to Spurs. He cuts back to the middle and is going to be down to the inch line on there. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
Yeah, Xavier right there with a shoestring tackle. Really actually hit him around the line of scrimmage, Doug, but he fell forward.
Those runners up on that northeast side fall forward as well as anybody we've seen.
Yeah, for sure. And then this offensive line's getting a good push. He's just patiently waiting behind them, and when he sees the gap, he's gone.
Ouachita trying to run off one more play. They don't have to. Could let the play clock and the game clock wind down, but want to go ahead and push in another first quarter touchdown. Walker under center.
Got him.
Good pressure from the back and stacked up. Mike should have waited and talked about it a little bit.
Yep.
That is as big a third down play as I've seen all year and brings us to the end of the first. Ouachita 3, Trojan 0. We'll be right back right after this.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
You hear it through the press, through the stadium. My baby don't mess around, and that defense didn't mess around on that one. They'll be tested right here, 4th and goal from the 3-yard line as Ouachita comes out, and they're going to try to make a statement here. Early on magic in this one. Who's got the biggest wheel? Wishbone formation.
School, yes.
Handoff going to go right side. Ball's on the ground, and the Trojans are going to keep them out. And look at the momentum coming off of the field for your Ash Trojans.
Xavier White.
Oh, baby X coming up big.
Hey, they were both on the show last night,
right?
Marion had the tackle on this end, shot the gap.
You've heard about the Sports Illustrated cover, Jinx. I'm telling you, there's real stuff about being on the show and coming out and having a great game. And the Trojans turn away, and just tremendous work and preparation for that by that Ash Trojan defense. They'll come out and start this one on the 3-yard line. This is one of those you say, hey, how play action, and let's get it down the field. Everybody from Ouachita in within 10 yards of the ball, 8 yards of the ball. Toss comes to the near side. We've seen that work. JT, though, knocked down at the 6. Give him 3 yards on that carry.
Boy, that's a that's a hard 3 yards. He took a lick at the end. Calderon getting up a little slow. But I tell you what, Doug, I think Ouachita outthought themselves on that 4th down. They went to that wishbone. They hadn't run it.
Wish they had one more play.
Yeah. So, but we'll take that fumble and that 3 yards on that play right there.
Bates and EJ flip over and go to the other side. Now this is same formation, just different side. JT's going to follow Pearl out there and picks up another couple, and you got to get a first down here somehow.
Yeah,
by no means are you in 4-down territory, but you've got to go out and get a first and move the sticks. Get your defense a little bit of rest. Pay them off.
Yeah, that's 7 yards there, and that has been a hard total for JT, and that's been a hard-fought 7 yards.
They officially mark him at, looks like 5, so 3rd and 5 on here. They didn't give him but a couple that time. Feaster back to pass, surveys things. He's going for it all. Goes over the top, got Jalen wide open, and Jalen's got it. Complete all the way out to the 48-yard line. If Feaster puts it on the money, Jalen scoring right there, but we'll take that big-time play out to the 45. 1st down and 10. Go the Trojans. Handoff goes back to JT. Stutter step, finding his way. There goes JT. JT 25-20. Not going to get him. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, JT Lindsay. How about that? Let's see if we can look at that BU Designs instant replay and just watch JT go 45 yards as he bangs his way. Getting set up there. It does go in slow motion on here, and you see him hop around, move through there, and once he hit that seam, and we told you, he's going to hit a seam and get some 45-yard big runs, and he does it right there. Touchdown Trojans, and they are a Channing Mesh extra point attempt away from a 7-point drive here following that big stop. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-3. Trojans come back and take the lead on an impressive 97-yard 3-play drive.
1, 2, 4.
4-play drive. We'll be right back right after this. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Back to get things going. Bodie Van Dyke out there. And I have to say it fast. I can't say Bodie Van Dyke. It's Bodie Van Dyke out there because that's how quickly he comes up to the football to kick this one. Stutter steps around, puts a foot into this, and fools everybody that'll watch tape forever. Oh, driving by there's Bodie's going to have to make a tackle, and he's not going to be able to do it. Perfect angle, perfect run, touchdown, Ouachita. How about that for an answer right back? My goodness. You caught it and kicked it in between where you really wanted to go, and wow.
Washita's ready to play.
Bodie didn't have a shot at it when he got off to the side and got the wrong angle at it.
Yeah.
You saw at the first part of the play, somebody actually dove at the guy, and the guy just sidestepped him like a bullfight. No, late it, and here comes Ouachita right back in the lead.
Yeah, Ryland Hall had a chance. I mean, it was a tough chance, but he had a chance for the tackle, but it parted wide open, and they did that in the JV game. Exact same thing. We kicked it short in the JV game, and they took it back to the house about 60, 70 yards.
Wow, about an 80-yard kick return? That one is up, and it is good as well. So just a few seconds off the clock. We'll be right back, see if the Trojans can answer it. They'll do this. You're watching Ask Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel.
Back to action we go, and catch your breath, buckle in. You are in store for, what'd you say, high school football.
The most boring first quarter that you could possibly watch, and the most exciting 2 minutes.
If you got the over, you're throwing your ticket away.
That's right.
And now you're like, wait a minute, let me take this back together.
That's right. You've got everything. You got a catch and a fumble by us. You've got a run and a fumble by them on the 3-yard line. You've got a field goal. You got a kickoff return. You got a long touchdown run. Long touchdown completion.
All we need is that Trojans defense to get a safety.
That'd be great.
That would do it. 10-7, Ouachita fires back in this one, a missile of their own. JT, EJ back deep to receive. They stand at the 13-yard line. Sky kick again to this side. Darius is going to come get it at the 28-yard line. Bangs around. If Darius gets to the outside here, he's got a chance. Doesn't do it. It's going to settle in once again to the 38-yard line, and Trojans have got to be happy having the ball right there every time.
That's it. I mean, who doesn't want to start at the 37?
You know, you hate that kick was there. Trojans still have the momentum with that defensive stand. Their offense went right down the field. We'll see what Ty and company can do here. Ty Feaster, the senior quarterback for the Trojans, steps out there. Jalen Johnson is going to be in man coverage. You actually have a safety drifting over, so you got two high safety coverage there by Ouachita, trying not to take the top off of their defense. Now dropping off in coverage. That's going to give JT room to run. No, Ty's going to keep it, but a delay of game. False start is what they'll call it. And so Jalen comes off in favor of Darius Washington as they switch things up and look at the 1st and 15 call. That's twice tonight now that the Trojans have faced a 1st and 15.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you, with the way that, you know, we took the top off the last one, them doing the two high safeties. Well, here we go. He's down in the box now.
Feaster back to pass. That little out pass that we've seen so effective. Keep pushing him. We'll get 15 more out of the deal.
Wait a second. Whoa, no, whoa, no, sir. Oh, gosh. Forward progress was the 46.
They give him the 43 is where they'll mark it. So 2nd down and 5, 10-yard pickup. Feaster's going to keep that when he bangs into the line of scrimmage. And we've seen a lot more out of Ty Feaster with that. And that opens something up. Give him 3 yards, 4 yards on the carry, 3rd and 1. So you've got to face the toss. You've got to face Feaster carrying it or that out pass that's been effective.
Yeah, if you're going to run the RPO.
Handoff goes to Lindsey.
Got it.
That's all JT on that one, too, as that offensive line did get pushed back a little bit, but JT was able to hop over those bodies and gets it by half a yard. 1st down and 10 Trojans inside of Ouachita Lion territory.
Yeah, if you're going to run that RPO, Doug, your quarterback has to keep it. You know, every once in a while.
They mark it down to 49, so not quite into that territory. Oh, bobbled the snap, but still able to get the toss off, and now they'll work their way in and body slamming JT there. And I'll tell you what I've seen from Ouachita is they tackle in bunches.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we're at 6 rushing plays and 4 pass plays this game so far.
Tried to get him to snap that ball, and another one on the turf. Ty trying to get out of there too quick. And he's going to get slung down My goodness. Again, the timing has been disrupted twice on this drive alone with a ball that has been snapped low. I don't know if they're coming over the top at Cam or what, but it's been a couple of snaps, and we hadn't seen that many slow snaps all year from Calderon.
Yeah, and I know he's trying to compete, but sometimes you just got to throw it in the stands there.
3rd down, and give him 16 to go on that to the near side. You try to get a bulk of it. You don't have to get all of it here. Anything you get will put you down into what is 4-down territory.
Yeah, lost a 10 on that sack there.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Ty back to pass. Now good coverage. He's going to go over the top. Jalen in and out of the hands. Jalen had to turn around for it, but that's one of those that you got to grab.
Yeah, well, their linebacker number 4, he dropped in the hole there, got his hands up, so that might have distracted Jalen there. Of course, put that in front of him, and he might still be running, obviously.
Now you'll see that punt team make their way out onto the field, and that is Crenshaw, who has come out to do the punting duties. We've seen him take over last week. 1 man back deep. He stands at the 25. The lone Lion is there. Snap is back, and good job of Crenshaw to pull that ball down.
Bounce ball.
Now you got to watch for somebody having been downfield too quickly. But early on in this one, there have been some candidates, but that's a Southern Air cool play of the game candidate right there. Because if he goes to kick that ball, it's blocked.
Yeah, they're possibly going back, and then they have a kickoff return and a block punt for a return, so you're correct on that one.
Crenshaw over to the near sideline telling Bodie, he said, that's how you do it. Anybody can go kick one off a tee, but when you got people coming at you or something thereabouts in that conversation.
JT's telling him, hey, why didn't you keep that ball and run for it?
Right. If he didn't have 15 to go, he might have pulled it down. 1st down and 10 for the Lions. First time we've seen that offense out here in a while, as it was an explosive touchdown run. That one kind of behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a hold.
A little bit of holding on the backside of it by the running back, but a 1-yard gain.
Jeez.
2nd down and 9. This is what is it? You're tearing your ticket up if you have the over. Then you're like, we got a shot, and now it's settled back down into defensive football again.
Yeah, it went from a boring 1990s football game to an exciting 2023 football game, back to a boring 1980s football game.
It's like an afternoon summer shower. Comes in, just does everything, and then gets on out of here. 2nd down and 9 from the 30. Handoff goes up the middle. Good spin around. Jeffers Wright's going to bulldog that running back down. But the first man through, I believe, was Elijah Nelson.
No, Mason was 92.
Okay.
Mason missed it, and then Jeremiah. He said, here you go, big fella. This is how you do it.
He turns him right into Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Though. How do you like to spin out of that tackle, and when you spin out, you see Jeremiah Jeffers Wright?
Reason why I'm in this booth, though.
3rd down and 8. Trojans defense got to get a stop here and should get the ball back in pretty good field position. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the near side. Walker, the freshman, calls for it. Back to pass. Throws that little middle screen to the big tight end, and he goes down at the 34. Great piece of defense by the Trojans, Jason Blackwell.
Yeah, delayed blitz there. Coach Mertz called with Xavier White and really put the pressure on him, so he threw it over him and really slowed it down a lot. And then Jason finished it off. Great call there by Coach Mertz.
You get that guy down in the corner on a fade or a jump ball in the end zone, and he's going to be trouble. 4th down, and instead they went to the wishbone. 4th down and 5. Darius Washington back to receive. Snap is there, running to the near side. He's going to keep it, and it's a fake. And he's going to have every bit of it driven out of bounds, and just 1 step ahead of the Trojans tonight on all sides of it. That's number 49. That comes up with that one. And you saw sort of was he going to do a rugby kick or what was he going to do? And he just took off with it and got it on his own. And that was number 49, Decatur McMurray, the punter.
And that's why they do that, Doug. That's why they do that rugby-style kick, because you always have that possibility they're going to tuck it and go. They've got nothing to lose.
No, not at all. That's right. 6:02 remaining here until halftime. You do recall that Ouachita deferred Trojans got the ball. That means that Ouachita will get it to start the second half right up the middle, and that Xavier White, Jeremiah Jeffers right in there.
Yeah, you had Ford low on the ankles there and Xavier up top.
Yeah, that's X's and O's doing business right there.
Yeah, great work there by the two linemen. And that's what we want, Doug. We want those linebackers, defensive linemen to get the brunt of the tackles, the most of the tackles here.
You know, you talked to Omarion Ford, the senior, and he was excited about talking about the sophomore.
Yeah.
Same response from the sophomore, Xavier White, when it was his turn to talk about the senior leadership and Omarion Ford. So just getting back to the basics and X's and O's.
There it
Quick
is.
pass over there is complete. Jaden Lewis is going to have the tackle, but not before another big pickup out to the 33-yard line. And the freshman quarterback for Ouachita just have nothing to be scared about. He just doesn't know any different.
They're keeping it simple, too. I mean, he runs a little curl route there. You know, Jalen Kirk's not quite deep enough again, and they, put it right past him, and here we go.
First down and 10. One-score lead. That three-point field goal is the difference. Long handoff is there in the middle of the line, and there is the defensive front. Looks like Aiden Walker in that, along with X.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Xavier White and Aiden Walker there.
We asked X last night, Xavier White, said, how do you get to every ball? It seems like you're everywhere. He said, they told me to run and tackle the guy with the ball. Only been playing football a couple of years.
That's what was crazy is whenever they told us last night. And that's the great thing about meeting these young men. You know, the coaches tell us about them a little bit right before you interview them. And to hear the story that he didn't play ball until his 8th grade year and he really didn't play much then.
And here you are starting as a sophomore. Fake the little toss pass, and they'll roll out and swing this one out to the running back. Got to come up and tackle. Spun around and knocked down out of bounds, but a pickup of 5 is going to make it third down and short. Looks like Jay Frazier had that one.
Yeah, you'd like for Jay to come up, make that tackle a little farther up the field, but I tell you, I mean, they're keeping it simple. I mean, they're giving this quarterback's got one read, and every time he's been open so far.
Jay finally makes his way over here and covers up the receiver to the near side. Ouachita facing a third down and 3, just 4:04 to go until halftime. 10-7, the Lions lead it. No sleeping on them tonight.
Got him.
They're going to run that option, and there it is again. Aiden Walker says, no, sir. That we told you on the show that we've worked on this option. Coach Russo told us the same thing, that they've been watching the option, and that's just precise technique football and stay in your lane and stay on your guy.
That's it. I mean, they tackled the fullback at the line. They had the pitch man, and obviously they tackled a quarterback for a loss of 1. So great coverage there. I mean, great job there by the defense.
4th and let's say 3.
And
going to keep their offense out there again. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I'll tell you something else, too. One thing I've noticed on the film is they don't run at Aiden Walker a lot. And I started wondering why I didn't see many tackles, so I started looking at that a little closer. They just don't run to 10 side a lot.
Right. Can't blame them, and that's going to be a timeout. Washington's going to take it. We'll take it with them and be right back. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses?
Back live, 4th down and a long 3 from the 32. Trojans have already had a 4th down stop down here on this end of the field. Can they have another? We'll see. Walker calls for the ball. Handoff goes off to the right side. Coming up, just got a tackle, and they
got
do.
Him.
Turnover on downs. Trojans take over. Trojans take over.
Can you do a replay?
I don't know if he had the replay on that one or not. Nope. All right. We'll cut it up and show that highlight film because that's one of the big plays. That's 2 4th down stops, and that's just big. You got a kicker like you do. maybe you didn't leave 6 points out there, but maybe you did.
Yeah, for sure. And I couldn't see because who filled that hole on the outside there, but it looked like he was off to the races, and we plugged it quick.
Feaster's got JT with him. E.J. Scott to the far side, the Ouachita side, if you will. Kirkland Bates in the slot. And looks like Jalen to the near side. Jalen's been able to get behind that defense. Not going to have a chance to this time as JT is finding tough sledding, if you will. 14-0. Ruston has the lead over Pineville in the second quarter. They led the Trojans 21-0 at the half. Tioga has a lead in that one, 7-0. It is homecoming in that ball game against Franklin Parish. Great job by our crew at Tioga to film the drone coverage of the parade. There's a pass out to the far side, and let me tell you, what was so cool about that is EJ didn't care about anything except catching the football.
Yeah, that is their route. That is what they do right there. Feaster to EJ on that stop route.
He Wes Welkered it.
Yep.
Catches it and just goes down.
8 yards, great job there.
First down and 10, Trojans, 37-yard line. Handoff JT up the middle, banging around, and that's the first, besides the touchdown, that's the first big run that JT's had.
Yeah, and whenever your tackle is about to hit the free safety, that's the running game you want.
They'll give him 7 on that, make it 2nd and 3. JT's going to get it again, bang around, and that's a first down. The tempo starting to work in favor of the Trojans. A couple of minutes to go in this one. Only gave up the one touchdown. That was the kickoff return. Like to see him go in and punch one in here before halftime. Jalen and Kirkland to the near side. EJ stopper out Scott on the far side. And Ty Feaster switches Lindsey to the other side, and here comes EJ now, and he's going to hit Jalen. You got to pick up a couple of blocks. Jalen stutter steps and gets down to the 40-yard line, gets out of bounds, and the clock will stop there.
I think they're giving them the first, Doug.
Yep, should have. They've marked it on the 40-yard line, which would give them the first, and it does. Stops momentarily to move the chains, but he got him out of bounds. Darius Washington in on the slot now. He swaps places with Jalen Johnson. JT has went the distance at running back. Feaster surveys the situation. That's going to be that toss to the near side. Got blocking, does JT, and he bangs around to the 30. And that's another first down for the Trojans. Clock will stop momentarily. And I don't mind that average the last couple of plays at about 10 yards a pop.
Yeah, that one went for 11, and he lined it up. And actually, Darius had a great block out here, and he...
Once again, JT's got it. Stutter stepping in, picks up. They'll give him 3 on the play. Trojans have 82 seconds and counting to go in this first half. 2nd down and 8. Trojans quickly to the line. Got a chance to snap it and get a guy on the field, but Ouachita calls the timeout. They knew they were about to give up 5 yards quick. What Ouachita do? They've got a man down, so they're going to call an official's timeout on that.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why that coach was so mad. He came out to the numbers. He was hot. So we might have had a little bit of a gamesmanship. We'll call it gamesmanship.
Gamesmanship?
Yeah. Can't get the sub off the field. Doug, you told me to mind my P's and Q's.
Mind your business.
Okay, so
20-14, Bunkie leads Buckeye in that game. That is a thriller. Bunkie undefeated.
Let's go Panthers.
Yeah.
Well, Bunkie's the Panthers too, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, the Buckeye.
Let's go Buckeye.
Yeah, that's a big. Bunkie's undefeated right now. Top 10 in the PR. I mean, that's a squad.
Yeah. Anytime you got Jim Burlew rambling around, though, you got big stuff happening.
Right.
Just an explosive squad behind the coaching of Coach Ben McLaughlin. Trojans 2nd down and 8 following that gamesmanship timeout. Feaster back to pass. Swipser, and that one gets knocked away. And Feaster would have had to make a tackle right there. Tried to get that reverse screen, or I guess that misdirection screen back to Darius. That'll be 3rd down and 8.
That's one of those to where the foot speed of that lineman right there probably surprised him. He probably didn't expect him to be there. We got Townsend coming in. I'd like to see something creative with him right now, Doug.
He's going to be blocking. They never throw to the tight ends.
Yeah.
Darius to the inside. Townsend there as the H-back. You've got EJ all alone at the top. No safety help gets out that far. EJ with a big cushion. Look for a stop route.
Jimmy Duncan in this H-back position right
Well,
here,
look
too.
how far back they're playing on EJ. That's around the wheel. Over the middle. Got it. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown.
EJ
Scott comes out of that and gets that one. And Jimmy Duncan does a backflip. So how about that? Let's watch that one more time. And you'll see it in slow-mo. Big thanks to BU Designs by Melissa Gann. And watch just all that. So you had to watch the zoom out of the backfield. We may come back to that in just a minute. We'll watch Channing Mesh as he gets ready to add the extra point. Roger went with the fake. That kick is up, and it is good, but he got the end of it. 14-10, Trojans take the lead. I say you squib it, onside it, whatever you want to do, but you don't kick it deep again. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
I'm Jason Hall with Farm Bureau Insurance. Did you know that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month? Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. Taking care of your family can be simple and something you can do today. There's no better time than now to learn how life insurance can protect your family's financial security. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Buddy Van Dyke makes his way out there. Last time he kicked it, Trojans gave up the 80-yard touchdown return. I dare say Bodie doesn't kick this one as far as he did last time.
Let's see if one of their up backs can play shortstop or third base.
That's exactly right. Ozzie Smith it off the turf if they can. Bodie comes up. No, he does. Kind of just squib it around, get to one of those up backs that doesn't run near as fast as the last guy that had it does. They'll have it out to the 39, but it's not in that purple end zone that says Trojans. So we're all right with that.
Yeah, Rylan Hall in the tackle there, just good coverage there. Good to, I'll tell you, we'll take the 39-yard line for them starting compared to that last one they took it to the house.
Well, you don't believe that they're going to go over the top of you with a big pass play.
That's right.
In here. That benefits the Trojans if they do try to take a stab at it, because I think a ball will sit up there and you'll see a Tay Frazier, a Jaden Lewis, somebody come up and get that one, and that gives that defensive line an opportunity to get in there as well.
Yeah.
Trojans back to a three-man front. They drop off their defensive backs. That's as close to a dime package as you'll see. Four-man, four wide for Ouachita. A little play-action shoulder fake, and that one goes up the middle. And where only Jay and Jaden would he tried to. I'm telling you, he didn't throw it as far. That freshman arm is just not there. Yep. I'll take that all day.
That's
you
right.
Want to go get it?
And that's what we saw on film, Doug. But guess what? They've been doing. They've been giving him the little 5-yard out, the little lateral, and the little things like that, and he's been taking advantage of them.
Now, in his defense, I would have to throw it 3 times for it to go as far as he just did. But I'm telling you, that bodes well in the hands of the Trojans, and they get back into a more Ouachita-like offense here. Handoff goes up the middle, trying to bust a big one. Don't think the Trojans won't call a timeout here either. They don't. 34 and 33. I got to believe you'd almost take one, but Bachman not interested in it. Watches the clock run. Play clock is off, and that could very well get us to halftime if they wanted.
Doug, that's just a second tackle that I have, of course, unofficial for Jason Blackwell, and that's what we want. We want to preserve his shoulder, but we also want our linebackers and defensive linemen to make the plays in front of him.
Does not look like Ouachita is going to take that timeout, and that'll get us to the half here. And so both of these fighters just stood and looked at each other till the bell rang. And that's it. Trojans take the lead at the half. It is 14-10. Halftime is upon us. When we come out of the half, we'll talk to head coach Thomas Bachman and see how his thoughts were on the first half. Trojans lead this one, only giving up the touchdown on the big kickoff return. Keep that in your back pocket as well. 2 fourth down stops for the Trojans in plus territory for Ouachita. Pretty good first half of work for the Trojans. Halftime's on us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell.
All right, we are back. It is halftime here in Alexandria, J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium, and there's our man down on the field, and he's almost blending in with that purple shirt down there. But, Nick, what do you got down from the sideline?
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody's pumped, everybody's excited. Good group here, of the young cheerleaders and dance. Band played well. Just really, really eager to see what Coach Bachman has to say. Had some adversity there in that first half, but they are winning. 14-10, and had two great, fourth down defensive plays like you're talking about, 2 turnovers. So excited to see what Coach has to say.
Yeah,
like some of the players.
I would certainly be interested in hearing his thoughts on those 2 defensive stops on fourth down. The third down play by Ford back here was the one that set that one up, too, because it was inside the 1.
Yeah, that loss of 2, he brought them back to the 3, made them think about it. Made Ouachita make a decision. They made a decision, and then stuffed them on that play. And then turn around and go do a 97 yards for the first touchdown.
And that's a great drive. And you get JT out in space, that he's got a chance to go to the house. We talked about that. Said that he would have a couple of those big runs, and that was his. That was one of those. So we'll do that. Haven't seen the onside kick from Bodie tonight, but haven't needed it in this one. 14-10. The only thing the Trojans have really given up was that opening drive field goal that was out there. Otherwise, that Trojan defense has been Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Doug, we're going to see if we can't get a red hat at these games, to hold for the media, because it looks like Coach Bachman taking this talk, deep into this halftime, because there were a minute and 15 left. And only the kickers. Here comes Coach Rose.
They do get the 3 minutes. So you get halftime and you get 3 minutes warm up after that.
Okay, I got you. Okay, well, I'm glad to know. I'm new at this, but I didn't want to miss any of the game from up top. But,
you guys call it extra time.
That's right. That's correct. And speaking of that, for some reason, high school soccer practice has started in these parts, and there's a goal down here that's laying down. So here comes the team. Dog. I'm going to try to get Coach Bachman, see where he's at.
All right, and he will make his way, so we'll have to be quick with these 2 questions. You can tell. And again, we've talked about there's not a better team with making halftime adjustments than Coach Bachman and this cast of coaches that he has.
Yeah, I could barely hear you because the players were coming by and the music's loud, but I think you were talking about halftime adjustments.
Yes.
Like I said, Coach Bachman still hasn't come out, Doug, so I would imagine it was probably the first half that he wasn't expecting, in my opinion.
Well, you'll have to catch him for maybe just one question or so, but he'll take it all the way to the break with you. I know that. So catch him as close as you can.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, for sure. See our man Hannah Johnson down here who won to split the pot. He's down here.
Yeah.
Dr. Will Crenshaw
split the pot and got the food going, and so a lot of activity down in the corners of the end zones of the track.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, here we go, Doug.
All right, see Coach Bachman coming out.
Yeah, he's coming out right now. He's still coaching. He's still talking to him. So
that's the difference. He coaches from play to play to play. We'll let you down there. Well, it's on you, so you just pick him up and you can go straight from there. You got to have to intercept him. There you go.
Hey, Coach, I know we don't have a lot of time. Let's talk about the stand your defense made on that end there. Yeah, two up. Well, we were going to ask 2 questions, but you are correct. Talk about those.
Huge, huge. The reason we're still in, they had a chance to really put some pressure on us. No possessions are going to be limited with the way they're milking the clock. And, they get those balls in the end zone. There's a lot of pressure on us to make the few possessions that we have left count. And so 2 huge stops.
And, Coach, that's great. I appreciate it. I know you guys are going to be ready for the second half.
Yeah, no, this first half of this third quarter, the whole second half, but the first half of this third quarter is going to be, a huge part of grabbing control of the second half.
Excellent, Coach. Thank you. Hey, Doug, like we were going to ask him about both those stops, and he went straight to him. I didn't even have to ask.
No, he knows the insides of the game, and that's what stood out for him. He knew that it took him It took that defense, and that's what catapulted that offense and got things going, where it's 14-10. Nick, we'll let you make your way back up here. We'll see you in just a bit for the second half.
Thanks a lot.
All right, going to take our final break. When we come back, we'll get ready to kick things off in the second half. We'll do that in 1 minute. You're watching As Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Some other scores you see on the Saddlers towing scroll down there. Buckeye Bunkie tied 28 apiece in that one. Tioga up 14-9 over Franklin Parish. And Pineville down 21-0 in theirs. Of course, Menard with a big 13-6. Did you see the Cooper Scott video of his big run off that screen pass that he had? Was pretty amazing. And let my man Nick catch his breath. But you were a coach for all those years, so he said it doesn't matter anymore. That was all those years. Bodie in there set to kick this off, and it doesn't sound right, just Bodie. Bodie Van Dyke set to kick things off for the Trojans. If that first half was any indication, or heck, that second quarter was any indication, 5 men along the front is all I see. I don't know that this, maybe some Sean Payton going on here.
Yeah, we talked about that last night, didn't we?
In fact, we did. He said he wanted to come out and try to steal a little something. It's a high bobbler around, bouncing around. Trojans are going to be able to come up and make a pretty good tackle here. And Ouachita will start inside the 30 to the 25.
Yeah, Kirkland Bates. Oh,
yep.
Sorry.
No, you're right. Kirkland Bates on there. Xavier Wade. No, that's 45 that's in there.
Yeah, 45 is. Boy, you caught me trying to catch my breath. 45 is Colby Pope.
I'll say been there, done that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doug. I mean, he was almost the last person out the locker room.
Yep.
And he was coaching the whole way out.
And we'll coach until the final buzzer. And when we get an opportunity to speak with him up here in the postgame show, he'll still be working on things to get ready for it. It's all about X's and O's. We'll see what the Trojans defense is able to do here. Handoff goes offside. Oh, and that was just a big credit. Jason Blackwell with a tackle there, but that was an oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was trying to catch my breath and almost lost it again on that one.
9-yard pickup. Could have went for a lot more, a little bit of misdirection on that play.
Doug, I'm not liking, I see Cam Calderon on the track here with a knee brace on, kind of limping.
Maybe just trying to loosen it up some.
Might be.
Motion to the near side, empty backfield for the freshman signal caller. Pass over the middle. Not there, and we'll take that all night long. We'll take that. Now, I mean, 2 years from now, might be a different story. But on this night, I don't know that he's prepared to throw it against that 2-5-8 defense of the Trojans.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back and watch this one, obviously, like we watch all of them. But I don't think either receiver even thought the ball was coming to him.
Right.
I mean, it looked like he threw it right between them. Maybe the free safety scared him, and, you know, he short-armed it a little bit. I'll look back at it.
Do the defensive coaches dial up a little blitz here and come after Walker, put some pressure on him? He's got one man. He's out of the shotgun.
I'd like to see Jalen there. Nope.
Coming up, that defensive front line just pushes back, and they do it. spun around, and that was
Jalen Curtin.
Yeah, Jalen coming up there and doing business. Blackwell was in it too from the start. And you go from 2nd and 1, try to take a shot over the top, knocked back on 3rd down, you're kicking the ball.
Well, hey, we went 3 and out the first part of the game. Hey, let's give it back to them.
Speaking of 3 coming out, there is Darius Washington. Great segue down to the 34-yard line goes.
We're starting to act like a team, Doug.
Goes Darius Washington. You and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Second half of the season, we get better each week.
That's right.
4th down and 3 officially. Just a minute and a half off the drive. Last time it was a fake. This is that little rugby kick off to the right side. Darius puts it on the turf. And Ouachita is going to have it. Ouachita is going to have it, and they do. And as much as we talked about the good play of Darius Washington, ball just dropped right in front of him.
Yeah, difference on that one is the way it was end over end, and he should have just let it. He should have just let it bounce, but he's trying to make a play. One thing I did see, I saw Mingo hold contain on this left side in case the punter did. So they did make that adjustment, but here we go again.
Trojans defense forced the 3 and outs, and here comes, following the fumble on the punt, that's another turnover. 1st down and 10. Officially, this drive will start on the 38 because it did change possession. 10:20 to go here in the 3rd. Good defensive play up the middle again. And mark that one down, as Bachman is not going to be thrilled about that. It's just one of those things. But that's those that you got to have. You forced a 3 and out, and an opportunity for your defense to get off the field a little bit.
Yeah, and Elijah Nelson on that play there with the help from both the middle linebackers there. But yeah, he was fired up, Doug. He was not happy.
Friday Night Lights is upon us. The Trojans, the Lions, District 2 5A action. Handoff goes back to that deep I formation. The Trojans defense has gotten used to that run.
Yeah, for sure. Jaden Lewis, he's shooting that gap. He's going all at it. Good tackle there with the help of Ford.
I don't mind him being the leading tackler so much when they're made there and not 10 yards down the field.
That's right. You're right.
9:15 and counting on this beautiful October Friday night. Don't forget, go out and vote tomorrow, or be quiet and don't complain. 3rd down and 5. I don't think it could be said any easier than that, huh? Handoff goes off to the far side, but what do you know? Interior line of the Trojans. Aiden Walker looks over and says, hey, you know what? Come on, here you go one more time. Out of field goal range for sure. Too close to punt, so you got a 4th down, and this could be the 3rd 4th down stop of the Trojans.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose here. What does concern me on this one is that little running back flare out in the flat there. That's been the one pass that he's been successful on.
Trojans are going to have to stay contained as well.
Yeah, hold your water.
They certainly have felt subject to that throwback pass a week ago.
And hold your water on the snap too.
Trojan defense or crowd is up. Here comes pressure up the middle. Jeremiah is in pursuit. That ought to be picked off or knocked down. Knock it down, big fella. And they do it. And Jeremiah in the face. And that is the 3rd 4th down stop. And Aiden Walker with a little showtime there, going the other way with it. And that defense playing with as much.
It looked like Jaden Lewis was a little disappointed in Mingo there because he went to make the interception, and Mingo was in front of him.
Mingo knows that it's 20 yards better by knocking it down.
That's exactly right.
That's the difference.
Yeah, so we got a pass break up there by Mingo.
Here comes Ty in that offensive unit. They've got Jimmy Duncan now at the H-back. He can throw the ball from that position. Lindsey to the near side. Lindsey's going to get it, and they're going to do a little reverse. Jalen's got to get to the corner, sniffed out by Ouachita. And Trojans they may give him, now they'll officially mark him with about a half a yard loss.
That is number 90, Doug, for Ouachita, and we have not seen many people run with Jalen Johnson.
But
that defensive end just did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Second down and 11 officially, 7.5 remaining here. Trojans tried a little razzle-dazzle, and there was no dazzle to their razzle on that one. Feaster's got Lindsey. Lindsey goes one way, Feaster goes the other. Jalen's got it, makes a man miss, and now Jalen down the sideline. 50, or is that E.J.?
E.J. Scott.
Yeah, E.J. Scott. E.J. Scott. So the 4 and the 1. Just a great piece of getting loose by E.J.
They're giving him they're giving him 14, said he stepped out of bounds at the 49.
We'll take it.
Yep.
Set. Ball to the near side, JT. JT cutting up the middle, and this is where Tempo Tuesday starts to get in your back pocket for the Trojans.
Yeah, nice 4-yard run up there. A little patience. Hey, we'll take that. 3 yards. We'll take that for sure. He averaged 8 yards per carry in the first half.
Yes, as much as the Trojans, or those Northeast teams try to choke the life out of you, the Trojans try to run it out of you. Feaster's got it himself up the middle, banging around, and gets inside the 35 to the 34, where it's another Ash Trojan first down.
Yeah, 12-yard gain there on that. There you go. You got the pass run option, and he kept it, and that's the only way you can keep the defense honest there.
When the Trojans run at this tempo, it is a sight to behold. Look like JT carries that one for 3 yards. Give him 2, maybe, second down and 8. But back to the line of scrimmage go the Trojans, and they are working as fast as I've ever seen. Snap throw to the near side. That is Jalen. Jalen's got it. 30, now 20. Dives inside, and what do you know? A Trojan fell forward for 3 yards. Impressed with Jalen as I've seen all year.
Yeah, he's coming along good, and I credit the patience of the coaching staff for that 12-yard gain there.
Darius swaps spots with him. First down and 10 from the 20. Trojans in the red zone. Banging around. JT puts his head down, but he's going to lose that battle against those 2 Lion defenders.
Yeah, it looks like Verrett didn't know if he should go inside or outside whenever he pulled, and he went inside and just left the end, and the end met him, but still 1-yard gain there.
They give JT officially a yard. Second down and 9 from the 19. 5:51 and counting. Trojans, you see on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, lead this one 14-10. All on the legs of that defense tonight. That defense has made 3 big stops. Kirkland Bates in the slot comes in so he can hear the play. You've got Darius to the near side and E.J. Scott at the top. Handoff goes, though, to the near side. JT spins around. JT to the 10. Banging around people to the 6. Trojans will have it first down and goal. Kirkland, we see him coming off, favoring that leg a little bit. Thought he was going to come off on the last play. JT in there at running back once again. Feaster gives it to him. Spun around, going to be dropped at the 5. May give him just a yard. Actually, they'll mark him at the line of scrimmage, so no gain for JT.
Yeah, Doug, he's at 16 carries now, and he's over 100 yards now.
How about my Mingo in there at slot receiver for the Trojans now?
I'll take that.
EJ at the top, Darius to the bottom, and my
yeah, Kirtland
in the
Bates,
slot.
Kirtland Bates has a trainer looking at him, but he looks like he's okay over here.
Defensive line just are listening to let the crowd tell them as they're working on that little shovel over there to JT. Looked like that play was out of sorts from the get-go. I don't think that's really what they wanted.
Yeah, that was a -2 yards there. That was a bad miscommunication there. Don't know who missed audible there.
Mingo's saying, hey, coach, throw me the ball. I've got some room in the slot.
Yeah, he's earned it too. He's been playing great on defense.
Townsend is in there at the H-back on the right side, so don't sleep on him.
They rolled a safety 23 over here, Doug. They're probably thinking that.
They know when 11's out there, they got a chance. Don't think you may not see a throwback here. They like to run that tight end drag here, and they'll roll out to the right, throw it back to the left. A lot of options. Feaster brings Darius in motion, rolling out to this side. Tight end dragging back the other way. No, that's going to be JT out of the backfield. JT into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, JT Lindsey. It wasn't to Townsend. Yeah, we'll watch that replay one more time. As we talked about them, how they're going to move the pocket over to the right-hand side and then throw back the other direction. And JT was waiting there for the little screen out of the backfield. And that was all JT after that point. Made a couple of people miss. Thank you to BU Designs by Melissa Gann for that replay, and Brett Stallsby for pushing the buttons. My on to hold. That is Channing Mesh as the Trojans go up 20-10. Extra point pending. It is up. It is good. Trojans lead it 21-10. 3:44 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go here. J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Trojans with their largest lead of the game. We're down 3-0 following that opening possession. Long drive for Ouachita and forego a couple of field goal attempts. And the Trojans get 3 fourth down stops, one of them that led to that touchdown pass. Bodie Van Dyke puts a squib into this one, bounces it around. I see it rolling. Banging around at the 32-yard line and off and rolling still. Out to the 40 is where Ouachita will take over.
Tell you what, 45.
Pope is in there,
Pope,
yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's a special teams guy for sure.
The Trojans, Jalen Kirk, Xavier White coming onto the field like they just came off of it with a fourth down stop. They are as fired up as I have seen a defense that's going out onto the field. Goodness gracious, the momentum rides high with the Purple People Eaters. 3:37 in the third, 21-10. Trojans lead this one. Ouachita will scrimmage from their own 41. Receiver to the top, one to the near side. Handoff is going to go up the middle, and that's as far as it's going to go.
Yeah, we got Aiden. Yeah, you got Aiden Walker on the tackle there on the end. Doug, looks like they just went with that 5. Looks like they put 5 down on that one. I don't know if Xavier went down on it or if Ford was. Looked like.
But this normally you'll see what was it?
It was Hobbs.
Yeah, it was Hobbs, Peyton Hobbs who went in when we saw the last game. But they're rotating their linebacker down in this. Talked to Russo, and he just loves this group that he's got there. 2nd down and 8 from the 42. 2:56 to go, third quarter. Play action, setting up the screen. Oh, and he gets it. I thought it was going to be picked off, and that's as blown up as you'll find.
Yeah, Jordan Mason, patience there. Doug, I thought Aiden was going to tackle Jordan.
That's right.
Let the receiver go, but great patience there. Aiden was there as well, but a great patience there by Jordan on the play, and they read that like a book.
You see Aiden coming off little gimpy on there. He's going to stretch it out and walk it off a little bit. Goes and talks to his coaches. Jalen Johnson now in on defense opposite the cornerback, and Mingo comes out on this. So you've got Johnson at defense back. Now the Trojans showing blitz, and here it comes up the middle. Going to get they won't count as a sack, but I'm telling you the work from Omarion Ford that forced Walker up out of the pocket and was finished off by Jeremiah. Oh, no, that was 92 again. That
Mason.
Yeah.
Mason is having a night. He is having a night. He is pumped up too. Shoestring tackle there.
3 and out again, and that brings 3 out. Last time he come up and dropped one on that rugby-style kick, but the Trojans' defense was there. 21-10, they lead it, looking to get the ball back. Experts had this one at a 14-point advantage for the Trojans. High snap. Don't know how they come up with those. That one's low kick. Get out of the way. He's going to pick it up, come to the near side. We don't let him go. 45-50 goes Darius. Darius to the 45, now 40. D-Dub on his way. 20. Going to be driven out of bounds. Let it go, he said.
You need to mute my mic on this
Let's
stuff.
watch that again as Darius Washington just comes up. And it's kind of ugly from the kick, but getting it away is more of a straight on, didn't run around. And Darius just comes up and picks it up. And once you have it roll around, you've got your blocks and opportunity to set. But watch Darius get to the outside. The Trojans thought they had a punt return. Oh, they're bringing this. Brought it back. Didn't see the flag, but it's going to be about a in essence.
He's making the call now. Holding, yeah.
Holding against the Trojans on there, which is going to make it about a 35, 40-yard penalty from where it was, because the Trojans had it all the way down to the 20-yard line. So 43 yards unofficially on that penalty. But that's those unknown yards there.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, Calderon's in, so that's good. Kind of curious why Jalen Johnson went at DB there instead of Duncan, but Duncan looks okay as well.
Jalen's back in at the slot. Jalen having himself a night tonight as well. Ty Feaster at quarterback. He's got it. Gives it to, no, he keeps it now, going over the top. Jalen banging around and said, look, I can catch it off one helmet, but not two. You know, we saw that in the Ruston game. He's got to let it go a little bit quicker. He waits for Jalen to clear. Got to throw it a little bit quicker and get that arm out there. Don't know that he's got the arm to get it 50 yards down the field.
Yeah, for sure. Double covered, and I guess he's just – I guess he's waiting for him to get open. But like you said, sometimes – of course, last week, I mean, he had 2 picks that were deep, so maybe a little gun shy.
You got to throw him open.
You're right.
On that. When he's correct. Even with him, you let it go, knowing that Jalen's going to get by, because that's why you call that one.
That's correct.
2nd down and 10, clock stop. Kirkland Bates back in there offensively. That's good to see. He was shaken up. He's joined on the near side by Darius Washington. E.J. Stop route Scott on the far side. Back to pass is Feaster. He's looking to go it again. Are we playing video games? Over the top, banging around and incomplete off the face mask of Darius Washington. So Tecmo Bowl days, you just go back about 50 yards and throw it. Play with the Oilers and just throw it deep.
Problem is here, Doug, now we have 3rd and 10, and hope we didn't lose the momentum we had gained.
I think that those 2 plays really do so, because you've had this defense have to run down the field. That may make their tackling on a little wheel route or some sort of route out of the backfield difficult. I don't know if this Ouachita team is getting a little winded from those wind sprints that they're doing on those 2 deep passes, but we shall see. Minute 3 to go, 3rd down and 10. Back to pass as Feaster. This goes over to going to mark him half a yard short, but doesn't matter. Trojans are going to get up there with tempo and play this one. 4th down and half a yard. This is where you're looking out there and seeing some Ouachita Lions with hands on their hips. 4th and a half a yard from the 46-yard line. Feaster may keep this one himself. Bates and Jalen Johnson to the near side. E.J. Scott to the top. Tremendous catch again by E.J. And the Trojans will take a timeout. They want to think about it. Going to take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
We are back. You hear the sounds of Butch Stoker Stadium. This crowd is fired up here. District 2 5A battle going on with the Ouachita Lions and your Ash Trojans. Ash holding the advantage coming out. I dare say I don't believe we'll see a little quick kick here. Trojans set to go for it. They gave an opportunity to rest up, perhaps, had Ouachita on the ropes, but you got to go up there and just muscle forward. Watch the toss out of this. Feaster's going to come up under center, and a little push gets the 1st down. Trojans did that as good as anyone, and I mean those out of Southern California.
Yeah, we saw that last week with Brantley, so hey, you know, pick that play and let's go.
Feaster just walks up to the line of scrimmage and gets under center a la. He said, look, this is what y'all do up northeast? Well, we'll do it. Feaster back in his normal shotgun. Handoff goes to the near side. Bangs around now up the middle. And we'll have to see who it is. If it was, that looks like Jimmy Duncan was in there, and it was Jimmy Duncan on the carry.
No, it's JT.
Or is that JT?
It's JT,
JT Lindsay.
Yeah.
As long as you're there to keep me straight.
Hey,
2nd
we'll take
down
that 4
and
yards.
7. Handoff once again goes to JT, switches directions, jumps around, banks through, and it's another Ash Trojan first down.
We'll go 6 there. Look, I mean, he ran into the back of Brett Bain, and I know the thing is to get your lineman out in front, but
well, we're out in front of the fourth quarter because that's the end of the third. It was the Trojans in there, and it's been Trojans all the way since that second quarter. The only big touchdown they've given up was that kickoff return. We'll take it. Defense playing well in this one. We'll be back. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
okay.
We are back. Fourth quarter action underway. Trojans with a 21-10 lead in this one, and this has been the kind of a slobber knocker that would make Coach Ernie Lott proud up there banging around. This Trojan defense is showing physicality throughout. You see the Ouachita band on the far side. You don't, we do, that have their phones out in the lights, and I always like to see that. First down and 10 for the Trojans from the Ouachita 42-yard line. Moving left to right, Trojans are directly in front of where we sit on the right end of the 446 Sports press box here at Butch Stoker Stadium. They just haven't named it yet, but I will. Feaster in that group looks to the side. You now do have Jimmy Duncan at the wideout, Jalen Johnson at the top.
Kirtland Bates in the slot.
Kirkland is there, Townsend to the near side. JT gets the toss. Scoots around, JT gets out of a shirt tackle and is going to get another 7. And this is just look at JT just grinding those legs, saying, Coach, give me the ball some more. Feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Yeah, 8 yards on that one. I mean, just patient, saw what the line gave him, and then planted that foot and went upstream.
In pregame, we predicted 150 to 200 yards for JT. He's adding to that total right here on a carry around the end and going to walk out of bounds. Save that hit for another day down to the 25. And we'll try to get a total from you of what JT has as we go along. Jimmy Duncan will give him a breather. No, JT tried to stay in there wide receiver. And Darius said, you got to get off the field. That's great. Kirkland at the top. Got to believe he's up there with Jalen. I don't see EJ back in there unless you see that is number 4. That's got to be.
No, the top.
Outside of Kirkland up there.
Yeah, it looks like. No, that was Jalen Johnson up top.
Feaster's going to take this himself. He's hitting the circle button, digging to the end zone. Going to be dropped down shy of it. Ty Feaster all the way down. And first down and goal.
Yeah, 24 yards there on that keeper. Just reading at the end. The end goes down with the running back, and he keeps it and almost saw pay dirt.
JT back in there at running back. Expect him to get the touchdown on this. He's got the ball. Bangs around. Tremendous stop by that Ouachita Lion defense into the teeth of the Lions, if you will. 10:55 and counting here. You see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. We see it on that new LED-topped scoreboard that's down on the end. The LED top's new. The rest of it's not. Second down and goal from the 2. Jimmy, is that in there at running back now?
That's JT still.
They got to work on the 6 of the 3 or work on my eyes. I need to pay a visit to Wallace Eye Associates. Handoff goes. Nope, it's a play action. Roll out that pass. And the Trojans, what?
Never throw it to the tight end.
Touchdown, Tanner Townsend. Touchdown, Trojans. Let's watch that. The Trojans, I tell you, never throw it to the tight end.
Well, Doug, maybe your boys at Ouachita have been listening to you.
Indeed, they have. That chanting out there for the PAT. You see it here.
Yes, sir.
There's that throwback, and there's Townsend who drifts out, and he's got the 6 out of the hold of Mingo. That kick is up, and it is good. Trojans spreading things out here. 28-10, they lead it. 10-22 remaining here in regulation. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Ash Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
Time for a red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Back to live action we go, and following that kickoff return, actually following the first 4th down stop, we'll give up the 7 points on that long kickoff return. You don't like it, but it has been all Trojans in this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Bodie Van Dyke set to put a foot into this one. Squibs it down the side, going to bounce off of the feet. Got to slide up and get that one. And so that's how you do it.
Yeah.
You don't kick it deep to him. But I'm telling you, 45 has been there every single time.
Xavier was excited going on the field, and I hope he's cramping. I hope it's a cramp. He just crawled off the field. Daniel Crenshaw, he was hyped up with the band, and I think it's just a cramp.
Game. That's what we'll go with. That's what we'll go with. First down and 10, 28-10. Trojans lead this one. We predicted, what did we say, 35-20 on Saturday. I'll take 28-10 or on our Sunday show. Don't forget, join us live on our 446 page for Coach Speak. We'll talk all things high school football. That is Sunday evenings at 5, and that viewership has grown. Told you that we're nearing 500,000 views overall, and owe all of that to you guys by far. Have picked up 406 subscribers since we started this thing this football season. So a big thank you to all of you. First down and 10 for the Lions of Ouachita. Long handoff, slow to develop, but tiptoeing through. Trojans make the stop. One thing that you cannot do, though, Nick, is let off the gas.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, we got a backup middle linebacker in here. Kind of got caught up in the wash there. Jason
that
Blackwell
is Crenshaw,
with the tackle. Yeah. Eager to see. It looks like White's really hurting. But I think it's a cramp. They're stretching.
Rolling is Walker. Spins and nearly picked off. Jumping, that was Mingo, as well as anybody does. And I'm gonna predict, and I told you this earlier, he's gonna pick one of those and house it before the year's out.
Yeah, probably didn't get a PI there because the guy called it, but he was definitely on it.
3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7, nearing midfield. The ball rests at the top of the Trojan logo by that soccer circle at the 48-yard line. Is that what y'all call it, the soccer circle?
Center circle.
Easy come, easy go.
That's
9:25 right. In regulation in this ball game. Handoff goes to the fullback right up the middle, and he rumbles and stumbles out to the 45 for a Ouachita first down.
Yeah, I think, I thought that was going to be a play we could eat on as a defense, but they're being patient, Doug. They're being patient with the run. Of course, they can run this clock down all they want now for us.
You're 3 scores down.
That's it. Yeah, I know.
So, we'll take this.
Yeah, looks like Elijah Nelson on that play there.
Jeremiah stays where he's at, and the others switch sides, 4-man front for the defense off to the right side, and he's tripped up.
Jason Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell. Again, making tackles. The difference between Blackwell making his tackles, they're 10 yards down the field. Jaden was making them earlier at 1 or 2 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That's right. Jalen was Jaden, he was almost playing a 5th linebacker position earlier.
Coach Bachman, when he talked to you at halftime, said how important the first half of the third quarter was going to be. Trojans dominated that section of it en route to a big third quarter.
Even with the muff punt.
Not sure what anybody wanted to do. And what did they say in unnecessary roughness? Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Yeah, senior Marion Ford there. He's like, you know what, boys? I don't care which one of y'all take it. I got you.
I'm going to tackle both y'all.
That's it. So.
Yeah, Marion Ford, great time having him on the show. X's and O's, the keys to this defense tonight. But Jaden Lewis has been all over the place.
X is back
Mason
in there.
has played so well.
And X is back in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Crenshaw comes off. Xavier White back in there. Handoff up the middle. Notes play action rolling to the side. Here comes the pressure for it. Throwing it off his back foot is Walker. And, yeah, you had Ford in there.
Can I just give Ford a pass break up there?
You know,
I know we can't. I know we can't.
They'll call that a hurry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, I tell you, he thought he had some space, and Marion closed it quick.
Apologize for those of you that are listening. The voice just about shot tonight. Trojans have 4 fourth down stops. Correction, 3 fourth down stops looking for their 4th.
Oh, wow.
Handoff is up the middle, and that is going to be turnover on downs number 4.
Jeremiah Wright, Aiden Walker, and a cast of Trojans there.
And look at the coaches out there. All of them, they don't wait for them to come off the field. The coaches go meet them out on the field, led by defensive coordinator Josh Mercer. I see the others out there, and my goodness. I'm not saying coming out to the show does big things for them, but it is what it is.
I think we got about 6 players, Doug, that would like to be back on the show again because the next day they do well.
Indeed. Coach Bachman would have it. He said, look, you just go talk to all these guys, and we'll do it. Lindsey back there in the game as the Trojans have it 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. JT's got it, spinning around, and this is JT time without a doubt.
And with that carry, Doug, if that's 5 yards, we're going to give him 23 carries.
I think it's officially 4.
Okay, officially 4. We'll give him 23 carries, unofficially 133 yards.
133, and we said he would have between 150 and 200 tonight in a Trojan win. And I'll take gladly where he's at because I assure you he's going to get a couple of more carries before the night. And look at the Trojans going anti-tempo in this one.
And, Doug, he only had 3 carries in the first quarter.
Yeah, he did. Trojans didn't have but 5 plays.
Right.
JT's got it again. Or is that's JT banging around, throwing folks off down to the 22-yard line. Let's see if we can look at that one again, Brett. Trojans hurry to the line. We may not be able to get it out there, so let's go back. You got it up in the corner. You're watching live action. But look at JT just throwing folks down. And you can tabulate all you want, but that puts him over 150, I promise you.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 35 on that one. 30.
So give him 168 on the night. 23-yard line go the Trojans with 6:15 remaining in this one. And the Trojan defense just momentum, body language, everything rests on the side of the men in purple. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Just going to replay the call on this. JT, handoff up the middle. Carry number 25, is that right?
Yes, sir. 7 yards on that one. Got to go to the to be continued line.
175 on the night now if you're scoring at home. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I did 25 on my stat chart here, and this next carry for him is going to be 26. So, but you have to win games like this. You have to win games like it was a tough start.
But it's been tempo and it's been conditioning that has done that in every one of their wins.
Yeah.
JT recruited by a lot of schools, and you seeing why tonight. That's another 1st down carry.
Yeah. 4-yard gain there, 1st down.
Bobby plays from a 13-yard line.
Bunky up over Buckeye, 35-28 at the half in that one. And we are 5 minutes and counting from the end of the ball game. That just shows you when you're running that clock that it gets there.
We have an update from Tioga.
Do we?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Haven't seen it since it was 14-9 at the half.
Trojans
will make that trip. 14-9 Tioga has the lead. Okay. We make the trip over to Pineville next Friday night. Should be a good one. Toss comes to the near side. JT cuts back, spins back, rolls back, and there's going to be a holding, and that one's going to come back.
On the ground.
Holding against the Trojans. 16-14 in the third. Franklin Parrish takes the lead over the Indians. Can I tell you what a great – if you've wanted to watch it, you said, I don't watch those other coaches' show. Go back and watch that Tioga coaches' show yesterday. They had drone footage. My man Chuck had the drone out and was showing aerial footage of it. We'll have that at our Ash Games next year.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. And they just – I mean, the way they put on the show, and Chuck does such a great job. I mean, it was really fun to watch.
Ruston up 35-0 in that ball game. They are facing, and I'm telling you, the Rebels, although not doing it on offense, have held some folks in check. I know they've given up 30, but I'm telling you, it's been there. JT is going to get slung down. That's Jimmy
Duncan. Yeah.
Jimmy Duncan with the carry there, gets back 5 of those holding yards.
Yeah.
175 yards for JT Lindsey, and he's trying his best to snatch the Quibido's Player of the Week away from one of those defenders. But I don't even know if a 175-yard performance does it.
Yeah, Doug, this might be the first time we were talking about giving it to the whole defensive team 2 weeks ago. This is because I'll tell you what, we stumbled out the gate on offense.
But the defense was not to be denied tonight. 4 times they forced turnovers on downs.
Yeah, and we have 2 turnovers ourselves. We have the muff punt and the fumble.
Jimmy up the middle, running with fresh legs. Jimmy Duncan down to the 13. He'll get back now all of the penalty yards. And JT is going to make his way back in there for this 3rd down carry, we believe. But those two high-five each other. Mingo will replace Kirkland Bates. Don't think he won't run the slant out of the slot on you. We've not seen Mingo targeted tonight. He's over there with Darius Washington. They're the 2 lone receivers. Not set up really for a throwback here, but watch that slant because the middle of the field's wide open as those linebackers just creep up. 3:20 to go. They are expecting the run. Do you just drive the nail in this one here if you throw the ball? Nope. JT's going to get it. JT's going to find his way inside the cone. Oh, my. Inside, yeah, the official in the middle gives it to him. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, JT Lindsey. Yeah, we'll come back and watch this one again, Brett. And where is he from? They run that one from the 13-yard line. Is that where we're at? So a 13-yard touchdown run for JT Lindsey. Yeah, that's where the yard marker rests. The 12-yard run. That'll give him 187 unofficially on the night. And the Trojans just put the nail in the coffin here in this when that kick is up, and it is good. 35-10. Trojans lead it. We'll be back right after this.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
We're back here, and if you had over the 1.5 on onside kicks, you're not going to get paid off on that one tonight. Bodie Van Dyke out there to kick this one, and he has been solid short of that one. He tried to kick long. He has squibbed this one to those middle guys around the 30 is where it goes, unless he bounces this off of one of them here, but I don't believe it'll be anything intentional for an onside kick. Again, apologies for the voice, as it has been a long week here. That is that squib down the middle, bouncing up, picked up at the 18. To the far side, Trojans need to get a tackle. Chasing down, and 17 doing big work over there on the far side.
Simon. Yep. Cortez Simon on the tackle there.
Cortez has played special teams as good as anybody has.
Yeah, he's a little rocket too.
Yep.
I mean, he can fly. Thought he was gonna chase that. If he wouldn't have been on this backside on that kickoff return that they scored on, he would have caught him. He was gaining.
Trojans lead this one 35-10, 2:51. Just a few ticks of the clock to run out. The Trojans are going to move to 4-4, or correction, 4-3 on that one's backwards. Well, they're calling it incomplete, but it looked a little backwards. And
the slot receiver there was still moving to Doug, too. I'm surprised they didn't call that one, but
Trojans will be 4-3 when they make the long trek over across the river to Pineville next week. Week 8 matchup with the Rebels.
And a well-earned, well-deserved 4-3.
Indeed it was. Join us Thursday night on the Thomas Bachman Show as we talk all things as Trojan football. What a crowd has been out all year, and it's because of stuff like this. My goodness, that entire line of the defense is solid. That's Christian Ray down there.
Yeah, Christian Ray, Amarian Ford, White come in at the end, but I'm going to give Ray and Ford the assist tackle.
And look at Ray just sprint off the field, too. Great work by that young man. 2:28 and counting here, 3rd down and 10. Ouachita back to working the clock and melting it down because they're ready to get out of this thing.
Coach Murr still working on the sideline.
Josh Mercer. He is relentless.
He wants to keep this at 10, Doug.
Going over the top.
There's Mingo.
There's my. He's got it. Fields that one, and Mingo's got it. Don't know if he's got enough in front of him to house this one, but he's spinning around. Do-si-do. Grab your partner, and there you go. Down to the 30-yard line. And Mingo just goes over like a receiver, catches that. Let's look at it one more time, courtesy of BU Designs.
Get your lid, big boy. Get your lid. You lost your lid. Get your lid.
You'll see Ouachita back to pass, overthrows the receiver, and there's Mingo to field it like he was had 3 yards on the wide receiver there, like they were throwing it to Mingo on the play.
So we got 25 on the play clock now because it's under 2 minutes. Is that correct? Okay, so can't nail this one. You got to run a few plays.
You're going to give it to Lindsey here, and we'll see. Darius Washington comes off the field. E.J. Scott and the Trojans are going to go into victory formation here. They're just going to snap the ball and get out of this one. Take a couple of snaps, and that one got back there, I think, before Ty was ready for it.
He's hurting his rushing yards there, Doug.
He is, but you see him holding the play clock, too, there. I like to see that. Now they reset it to 40.
Okay.
So they will run off close to 50 seconds on that one. Trojans are going to get out of here, barring some unforeseen circumstances, with a 35-10 victory. We'll go ahead and send our man Nick down there so he doesn't get caught up in the traffic on that, and we'll get him back on the microphone with Coach Bachman. Following that, he'll get him to call us, and then we'll remind Coach Bachman to come up here. Second down and 15 following that shotgun snap, down to 13 and 12 and a minute 8 on there. Although it is kind of clear on this side of it, a lot of those folks are gone. Ruston 42, Pineville 0 in that one. And this one will end 35-10 as we run the final few seconds off in this one. 42 and counting. 33 and 31. So the Trojans don't have to snap it again. It's 3rd down and 20 following the shotgun kneel downs on there. We'll get an opportunity to talk to Coach Bachman. We'll try to see if we can get Coach Mercer down there also. But what a game that it has been. Trojans are going to be victorious. They move to 4-3, and they will finish week 2 of district play at 1-1, facing the Rebels. 3 games left in the regular season. Anybody that says the season's almost over have not watched the Trojans play ball. What an amazing night it has been. We remind you, go out and vote tomorrow. Don't care who you vote for. Just go out and vote. Exercise that right to vote. Make sure that we've got our Bluetooth turned on and we're connected, and we'll be able to talk to Nick when he makes his way back down there. I hope he doesn't have to hop the fence tonight, huh, Brett? He hopped the fence last time he was out there. One of these days we're gonna get Brad on the microphone when Nick makes his way down there. One of these days. Trojans victorious big time in this one, 35-10. Had to lead 3-0, did Ouachita. Trojans go back and score, take the lead 7-3, and then the kickoff return is there for a touchdown that made it 10-7, and that woke the Trojans up from there, and it was all Alexandria from there on out. And to finish a game on the south side of 9 o'clock is something else. 8:58 was your final on there, and this was a tremendous ball game. We see Nick is making his way out there. We'll get this phone call here coming from my man Nick, and let me see, Nick, are you there with us?
Yeah, hey, you know it's a good night at Trojan football when Aaron is asking for the interview. But Coach Murph, I'm gonna come after you in just a little bit if you don't mind, please.
Yeah.
Hey, I got it. Let me see if Coach. Yep. Yeah, if you don't mind. And then we'll do the post game. Yep. Hey, Doug.
All right.
Hey, Doug, we got the victorious Coach Bachman here. What a second half, Coach.
Yeah, proud of it. The stop and score was what we're after. We thought that would really go a long way in the second half, and proud of the kids. We got to start faster than we started. Something that we'll address right here in a few minutes. Just make sure they understand, and for us to get where we want to go, got to make sure that we're playing 4 full quarters of football. So I'm really proud of the kids. They've shown all year, and anybody that's been around this program for longer than 5 minutes knows how resilient and how incredible our kids are. So at the end of the day, I'm proud.
Hey, Coach, you have to win games like this, and y'all just did.
Absolutely. Very proud of the kids. Very proud of the coaches. On to the next.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach. Hey, I talked to Coach Merce, and he's gonna come over here in just a second, Doug. If we have a minute or two after they
absolutely we do. Let them do their thing. We'll see if Brett can maybe refresh that scoreboard that's on there too. No, we may not see that. Okay. I got you. No fiddling during the game, we said. 35-10, our final score. Nick is down on the field, Nick, and that community that Coach Bachman talks about is down there in full force out on the field. And what's the atmosphere like down there?
I tell you, just played the alma mater, and everybody was excited. Like I said, the head of the what do we call Eris? He's the liaison, I guess. He does everything, huh?
He wanted the interview.
That's it. He was. I mean, when you have a victory like this after last week, because we know how much that meant to them last week and how they had that opportunity, and then to come out and start the way they did, but then finish the way they did tonight. It's a big night for them.
Well, it is, and it's great to see all of the people make their way out onto the field. And just you see parents, you see players. I know this is something new to you when everybody gets out there, but it's family. And, in fact, it is that. You see them pray it up and helmets go up, and they're going to wrap that up pretty soon. So what's going to happen is we will get Coach Mercer over there and have a couple of questions for him, and I even got one for him. So
actually, Harris is getting Coach Mercer for me. So
he gonna tell you that he can't get there, but that Harris will do it. So it's great to watch from up here because we can see a little bit more of it. But there you go. It looks like you're.
Yeah, take care of that, Coach. Take care of that. No, take care of that. Hey, we're gonna let him say hello to his wife just real quick.
No, you tell him to get over there. I'll tell him. I'll tell him this.
He's right here. Hey, Coach, awesome job. Great job. That defense started out slow.
Outside the first drive, I thought we did a really good job. I thought we, trusting our key on what they do and what they do well. I thought we did a good job of stopping what they, the inside zone, split zone. I thought we did a great job up front, making the gap very clear for the inside backers and safeties to straight.
Hey, Coach.
And, you have to win. You have to win games like this. What we were talking about. Doug, you have a question for him?
Yeah, I do. Hey, Coach, can you hear me there?
I can.
Okay. So the 4 fourth down stops that your defense had, that's great. The thing that impressed me was the 3rd down stop prior to the end of the first quarter that pushed them back from inside the 1 back about 3 yards that set up there. Tell me how important that 3rd down was.
Yes, sir. It was a massive third down. We sent a wheel pressure. They ran duo. It opened up like a zone. And our wheel backer, I thought did a great job of accelerating on contact, and it gave us the surge we needed on the ball carriers.
Man, that's what I like about doing this. I like hearing the tactics part of this game. Coach, great job. Defense won this game, and y'all deserved it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Doug.
All righty, Coach.
Hey, Doug, man, that was, you championship teams win games like this.
Indeed, they do. We're going to wrap up this broadcast so we can get ready for the Trojan postgame show. We'll see you up here in just a bit.
Thanks a lot.
Is
There you
your
go,
vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be?
5 to
Are you
10. We're
having
going to wrap it up, but join us here momentarily as we get Coach Thomas Bachman into the press box, and we'll do all of that when we come back. As Trojans, big winners, 35 to 10 over Ouachita. We'll see you back in a few minutes for the wrap-up show right after this. Join us on YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you